please do so. But this is Bob Wagner and our Monday evening fast start that we do each Monday, the beginning of a new week. And I got a number of things I want to go over with you tonight, because obviously tonight is the close of the month. It's the 31st, so we're closing out the month, and a lot of stuff going on with that. But we have a new month starting tomorrow, February. So let me do this just for starters. Let me give you some dates of some events this month so you can prep yourself and be ready. The company's monthly call is normally on the first Wednesday night of a new month. For whatever reason, this week it's Thursday. Okay, so just make note that the elite call, the premier call, and the distributor call are all Wednesday. So I'm assuming it'll be Wednesday night at about 8 o'clock Eastern is when they normally do it live on Facebook on the official distributor page, but it's the 3rd. Okay. Now, as far as our team goes, we have the next 3 Wednesdays, not this Wednesday, but the 3 following Wednesdays, okay, will be the 9th, the 16th, and the 23rd. On the 9th, we have our first launch Zoom, business opportunity product launch on the 9th. We will have the Lifespan Matters Bingo on the 16th. And then we will have our second monthly launch on the 23rd. All the times are the same, 8:30 Eastern, okay, are the times for everything. And it's the same link we always use, which is the 386-299-3879. And for those that you may not be aware of that's my phone number, but that's also the Zoom link for all the Wednesday night things that we do. Okay, so keep that in mind and make note of that. But also in the middle of that, and I want to encourage everyone to, while we still have 2 weeks, the Elite Academy, the corporate event, is here in Orlando on February 11 and 12. And it's not too late to register. I think they got about 700 registered. So it's going to be a nice event. It's not global, but it's going to be a nice event. And it's at a nice resort here. So there's still time to do that, to come in person, okay, or to register for it and watch it virtually. Okay, so both of those things are still options. So keep that in mind. Okay, we're definitely going to look to really build momentum from that event. So if you can't make it in person, register for virtual. Okay, and I think the virtual, don't hold me to this, so to be available to be watched at least a week after, maybe more. Okay, so even if you have to get up and leave it for a little while during the Friday, Saturday, it'll be there in a recording for you to get back to and watch. Okay, so if and the other thing a lot of folks are doing around the country is they're having people into their homes to watch it. Somebody's being the host on Friday, someone else on the team is being the host on Saturday. Sometimes it's the same person, but a lot of people are having their new distributors over to watch. Another great thing to keep in mind is customers. If people have been on the product a little bit, they might be ready to entertain the business. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about one of my customers this month in January. It's the highest amount that I can remember a customer, a retail customer, preferred customer, non-distributor. It's the highest I ever remember anybody spending in a month. And it started with, with a Tri-Synergizer, but then kept adding and adding, and then the spouse wanted and adding and adding. And I looked today and his points, okay, for his products were 690 points for the month of January. Not a distributor, it's a customer, okay, and gave me an order wants to use some of the weight loss stuff, mainly the fat burn, because he's on just about everything else, okay? Which I'll get in either tonight or tomorrow for him. But how cool is that? You know, I mean, they own a business and stuff. The money's not an issue, just looking to find some really good stuff to be on and something to be on long term. And, you know, I don't know that that'll be every month, but based on what he's using, I think he's probably a $300 a month account, you know, which is nice. So pretty neat. Anyway, that was you know, that was my best customer this month for sure. Okay. One other thing I want to share with you is if you're interested in additional training tonight, you have two other options after this is over. April has been asked to do a special training for Dondi, actually Dr. Dondi Nettles and his wife, Marcy Nettles. We're involved with them with Vision Summit that we go to out in Utah. They've been with the company from the beginning, you know, for 12 years. And April is set up a special training for their group tonight, which is 8 o'clock Eastern. And then let's see, I have a special training that I'm doing at 9 o'clock for, let's see, Elite Pro 7, Becky Taylor, Shauna Mucklow, and Marilee Maravich. Okay. They're all elite distributors. So I'm doing a special training for them, mainly focused on how things have changed and how we go about doing business pre-pandemic and post-pandemic. That's kind of my topic for tonight. And the mindset that's necessary to do business in a post-pandemic world, which, you know, other than the US and Canada, the rest of the world opened up. You know, everybody just stopped with the restrictions and everybody's open. All of Europe's open, everything's open. It's just US and Canada is still duking it out. But anyway, so those are, and they're two unrelated links at two unrelated groups. Okay, it just so happens they got us both on the same night. So April took one, I took the other one. So anyway, if you do want a link on that, I don't want to be texting too much, you know, everybody. And keep in mind, when I do text you in a group thread, unless I say, please congratulate, you don't need to acknowledge that you got it, because when you do, you're texting 18 other people. You know what I mean? Like everybody in the thread is getting the thumbs up or the okay or whatever. So, you know, if we're saying to acknowledge, and today I did send one out because Lynn made the bonus pool, and I'm going to talk about the bonus pool in a second, but Lynn made it today. And I said, hey, how about a thumbs up or congratulations for Lynn? And that's called for, okay? Just keep in mind, there's three completely different threads that are getting the same message. And, you know, when you just give a thumbs up, you're giving that thumbs up to 18 other people, and some people are at work. Okay, some people, you know, may be somewhere where they just don't want the phone going off all the time. Maybe they put it on mute, you know, vibrate or something, I don't know. But you don't need to respond unless the response is asked for. It's just letting you know something's coming up in the near future. That's all it is, okay? So you're not like insulting me or something if you don't get back on a group thread. Now, you're definitely insulting me if you don't respond to an individual text, okay? Don't do that, okay? But the group stuff, please keep in mind, a lot of other people are getting, you know, that message. So it's just important, you know, not everybody is in a situation where it just doesn't matter. I was joking with Kenneth earlier today, and, you know, we were just going back and forth, and he had a great month with his enrollments and stuff. And, you know, I just said from 6 o'clock this morning, you know, my phone's been like an electric chair. You know, it just hasn't stopped, you know, which is good. It's the last day of the month. There's just a lot of stuff going on, and it's coming in from all over the world because we have people all over the world, and it's exciting. But I could just imagine, okay, I'm home. I work from home. I don't care. It doesn't bother me one bit. And I can always click it on to vibrate. But I could understand why some people just don't want it going nonstop. So anyway, just keep that in mind in the future. But the other thing I want to share with you tonight, and you've heard me talk about it before, but I'm going to tie it into two things: momentum and mindset. Okay. As we close out a month, some of you are on a roll, okay, and closing out the month strong. And I want to encourage you to not take a break, okay, because we're going into a new month. Don't take any time off. Keep that ball rolling, okay? You already have it moving. Why let it stop? So you don't want to let it stop. So momentum is so important in this business. And once you get it going, you don't want to stop, okay? And remember, if you have a team, in the business and you're building an organization already, they're always looking at what you're doing. They just, they may not talk about it, but they're looking, okay? Everybody's looking. And excuse me. So momentum is important, but even more important is mindset. And I want to share a little bit about mindset and some of the things that we've learned moving forward. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in detail on the 9 o'clock call, but I felt it was important to bring it up tonight. So we want to close the month out strong. With the bonus pool, I know Siri has got 4. She just needs 1 more to be in it. Zoom has got 9. She just needs 1 more to have 2 shares in it. April's got 9. She just needs 1 more to have 2 shares. Jim has got 4. He's 1 away. Jay has got 4. She's one away. There's a lot of people that are on the brink of their first, second, third, fourth share, in some cases more than that, okay? So that's part of finishing strong, okay? Finishing what you started. The bonus pool is ending this month the way we know it. There's 2 new bonus pools starting next month, okay? But the one we've been using for 13, 14 months now, that one's ending, okay? And you want to finish what you started, and you want to finish strong, okay? So everybody I mentioned, and forgive me if I forgot a name, okay? Because there's been a lot of stuff going on today, but you want to finish up. You got to look at your rank and see if you're close to rank advancing and you want to finish that up. If someone on your team is in a position to rank advance and you can help them out because you got some folks in your holding tank, you may want to have a conversation about that too, or get an opinion from me or April on some of the ways that we might do that. Okay, we use the holding tank all kinds of ways, but it's always to help a person who did a great job this month, okay? Never just a freebie or charity, okay? It's always rewarding good behavior, or if somebody got really close to advancing for a bonus or rank advance and it could put them over the top and I have that person to do that, then, that's a good opportunity too, okay? So just keep that in mind. You always want to go in to a new month moving from the previous month. This is a business that you never want to find yourself standing still, okay? It's so much easier to do when we're in, when we're moving, okay? It's just easier. It's the old snowball story, how hard it is to get that ball moving, how hard it is to push it uphill. And then you get it up to the top and you just let it go down the other side and there's no stopping it, okay? This business is just like that, okay? So let's finish strong. Let's go into February with some movement and momentum, a lot of events, including the Elite Academy, okay? I'm sure the company is going to have some announcements, something new, coming to us on Thursday, promotional wise for the month. They always seem to come up with something. So I'm sure that's going to happen. But let me share for the last few minutes what we've learned with mindset. And we have a launch coming up a week from Wednesday, okay, on the 9th. So I'm going to use that as an example. But every event needs to be treated as if it's the last and the only one that's ever going to happen, both today and forever. And we don't do that. Okay. We have gotten so accustomed to things being recorded, videos being made, that some people think, well, Wednesday nights, it don't matter anymore. They record it anyway. I'll just see the recording. Do you know the number of people that watch recordings versus live is less than 5% as compared to live? In other words, people don't watch the recordings. Why? There's a zillion of them. Everything's recorded, okay? And they just don't get to it. And by the time they even think about it, there's something else coming up live. So it doesn't happen. But let me point out something else to you that we've noticed, okay? And this was a big one. If I'm talking to Cheryl or Jim or Quito or Sherry, whoever it is, if I'm talking about attending a launch Zoom, okay, I need to create the desire in that person to be on it. I do not need to be apologetic. I do not need to feel like I need to make an excuse on why I'm asking for their time. They need to understand that it's so important that they should change anything they have going on to be there and see it. Okay, that is how us, all of us as distributors, as invitors, we are invitors, okay? We need to be inviting as if it's the very last one that is ever going to take place. Never, ever mention it's recorded. Never, ever mention I'll get it to you. Okay, if someone says, well, is there going to be a recording? I say, I have no idea. It's so big. It's so exciting. I don't know if they're going to record it or not. Okay, but I wouldn't take a chance and miss it live. Okay, and I'm telling you, it's a mindset. It's a mentality. If you make it important, then it's important. If you're apologetic and nonchalant and, oh, there's going to be a recording, they will never be on live. Now, let me tell you what the difference is. You got a 95% chance more in your favor of them becoming a customer or a distributor if they see something live than if you're relying on them watching a video. Okay, and you know why? Took me a little while to figure this out, but this is just hitting the nail right on the head. When they're watching it live, they are participating. They're on TV. They're one of the Hollywood squares. Their picture is right there live on the screen. They're participating. They get to wave goodnight at the end. They get to say hello in the beginning. They get to see the person who invited them. It's live and they're part of the event. Versus they're not there. They get a link with a recording. Maybe it's sent with a message. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's some desire created. Maybe it's not. But no matter how you slice it, they're not on TV. They're not one of the Hollywood squares. They didn't participate. They didn't get their heart on it. Okay. See, it's an amazing difference in somebody watching it or saying they're going to watch it on video versus someone participating in it with you. They're two different things. Okay. And I'm telling you, when I look at the number of replays on the videos, I'm not going to say it's irrelevant because it's a good tool to have as a backup, but it's just not the same as the number of people who join the business and become customers because they saw it live. Because see, when they saw it live, they were in it. They were part of the show. They were part of the circus. They weren't in the stands watching the lions and tigers and trapeze. They were in it. Okay. And there's a huge difference in this world now, this post-pandemic, with everybody used to, okay, more and more Zooms, more and more videos, not as many at a house meeting, a hotel meeting, or a bigger gathering. You're never going to stop that. That's coming back in full force. But I'm telling you, we would all be foolish to expect the hotel rooms to be as big as they were, the house meetings to be as big as they were, the one-on-ones to be as frequent as they were. Why? because we now know there's another way of doing business called online, called Zoom, called video, called all of that. Social media, there's a million different terms. So I'm going to close with this because I'm supposed to just keep this to 20 minutes. When we have a launch Zoom, when we have a bingo night, whenever we are doing something special, like April's doing that special training for the Nettles group tonight. I'm doing it for Mucklow and Taylor's group tonight, okay? You got to treat the events as if they're the last one, okay? And there's never going to be another one. And I always use it like sports. I may be busy 2 Sundays from now. I might be. Who knows what's going on? But if someone called me and said, I have a Super Bowl ticket for you the night before the game, I'd change my plans and go to the game. Why? Because I'd be in it, participating live, instead of a spectator watching it on TV. And you could say that for anything out there in life. So put the emphasis on you can't miss this, knowing they're going to enjoy being on the screen, watching it live and participating versus just another YouTube video because they missed the live Zoom. So keep that in mind. But anyway, we have about 5 hours left to close out the month. If there's anything we could do last minute to help you, we got the 9th, the 16th, and the 23rd, or our 3 big Wednesday events: launch, bingo, launch. Okay, that's the order. And then I'm looking forward to see who finishes what they started with the bonus pool. I know, like I said, we got Siri, Zuma, Jim, Jaya, April. There's a bunch of people in line to pick up their first or duplicate shares. So let's see what happens. But if there's anything we can do for you, if you want the link for April at 8 o'clock Eastern, if you want the link for me at 9 o'clock, just send a text and we'll get it out to you, okay? Anyway, have a great night. Thanks for joining in. I'll get this posted in the group, although nobody watches it in the group, right? I just got done saying that, but I'll still post it there anyway. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.